crew. Captain speaking. You know when you have that feeling, that kind of gut feeling that you shouldn't do something or go somewhere? It's always good to follow it. I had that gut feeling this morning. We took the pooch to the beach and had that weird gut feeling that said, don't go today. And so we called it off. We held it off a day because I've had these feelings in the past, and I'm sure some of you probably have too. And you should listen to that. If that gut of yours is saying don't do it, just don't. Because I've had those feelings in the past, and it was about a trip on a motorcycle, and that trip ended up really bad. And I didn't go. It was a good thing. So yeah, always follow your gut.
It's almost sunset time. A little bit later, it's feeling very summery. Now that the temperatures have gone up and daylight savings time is there again, the days are quite long. We decided to spend an extra day here in Pipe Cay. And it was really good because we used it for some planning and looking at charts and kind of looking at big picture plans. So we were going to head all the way to the bottom of the Exuma chain, the very southern end, down to Georgetown. And then we heard Georgetown was pretty zoo-ish. I'm sure it's a really neat community and city to visit. But we were going to go there a lot for groceries and also to check it out. And we decided we weren't going to go across to Long Island, the Long Island this year. We really want to do the outer islands, and we would really like to see places that are a little less traveled, maybe even the Acklands, possibly the Raggeds, Long Island, Cat Island, and there's a couple of other Cays out there that we want to visit. So this year, if we visited that, it would be pretty rushed, and you know how we are. We don't like to rush stuff. We stay in places for some time and feeling very much like on a schedule. We have been talking about when's going to be the best time to cross over to Europe. And as much as we would like to, on some levels, go this spring, summer, I don't think it's realistic. We've got to do too many things to ready the boat. It will also be good to give the animals a bit more experience before they are on such a long passage. So we decided we're going to spend another season in the Bahamas, and that allows us to really explore the portions of the Bahamas that we have spent time in this year. And then next year we can explore the other portions and really spend time at the different places instead of feeling like we've got to rush things through. To some people it might not feel rushed. People really like to be on the go. A lot of folks, they go to different places every couple of days. That to us feels like we're not experiencing it fully. We really like to set the pick, let it dig in. Partly
Soak up the good times.
Soak up the good times. Partly it's because we also work. We work on videos, and I do a little bit of online work still. We decided that once we hit Georgetown, we were going to turn around at that point and head back up north, spend some more time in the Exumas, and look at a path north through the Bahamas to make it back to the States for hurricane season and to ready the boat for next year's Europe big passage planning. And Georgetown sounds like a really cool place to be, but it is very, very busy. So in line with really taking our time, we're not going to go there. We're just going to go a little bit farther down the road here. Some of the cays on the very southern end of the chain sound beautiful, but they are private islands. David Copperfield, I guess, owns just a couple. And you're not able to land on shore. So there's some really amazing bays and cays to explore. Swimming and snorkeling.
When will she learn?
Because the islands are private. And so for us, that doesn't work really well because then Walter can't get ashore, and we don't want to do that to him. So it limited kind of what we're able to see and visit in the bottom portion, the southern portion of the Exumas. There is one area that's supposed to have fantastic snorkeling, but it seemed kind of silly to continue that way for just one spot, as opposed to we're going to go probably about another 20-25 miles or so down the chain to some spots that look good and a couple of spots that look really peaceful and very quiet. We're going to head off next to Black Point Settlement and hopefully pick up some fresh things there. Check out that community. And then they're hosting a big Bahamian festival celebration that they're partnering with Seven Seas Cruising Association and putting on quite a big shindig for a couple of days. There's going to be Bahamian sloop racing and junkaroo bands and local bands, and it'll be a fun, different sort of thing to check out from where we've been pretty quiet. That's what there is to look forward to, and this is in line with the turtle movement. And if you wait, they shall leave, because I'm sure it'll get quieter and quieter as the weeks move into the spring. We plan to be back in the States sometime early June, I think, is what's going to work out for us. So we'll see if that pans out or if plans change again. But off tomorrow to Black Point Settlement.
Good morning, crew. Well, here we are. It is, what morning is this? Friday. Thursday morning. I love how I can't tell what day it is.
March 12th.
March 12th. I'm glad my wife knows something about the date. Bad attitude. Good looks. That's funny. So 2 boats already left the anchorage, and well, we're probably going to follow suit. And they seem to be going south. Most people are going north right now, but these 2 went south. So we're going to follow suit and head out that way. So a little bit of wind, not a whole lot. So we might sail, we might not sail. We've had 2 little cell of rain this morning that came through. So we got a little bit of a wash on deck, which is kind of nice. But yeah, now it's nice and sunny, so we will be off. We're going to Black Point. And it sounds like there's going to be a little powwow down there, so I hope that we get to record that and show you guys. All right.
So we skipped Staniel Cay and the
Key,
major
key,
area
key.
because it's pretty zoo-ish and very crowded right now. They have some bigger little stores. Black Point has 3, sounds like quite small little mom and pop type little stores that have some basic provisions. I'm really hoping we can get some milk and some eggs. Maybe a fresh fruit or veg would be nice. We've been out of anything fresh for some time now. And I'm really glad I did the dry stockage that I did, because it's allowed us to not go to places that we don't want to go to and stay in places that we want to stay. Here where there's not a lot around, I'm really hoping we can find at least milk and eggs. So wish us luck. We'll see what the stores have. All right, folks, so we have just arrived Black Point Settlement, or the anchorage at Black Point, and it's pretty mellow here. We watched a couple of water taxis come through that open space at Mach 4, so Dennis did a great job missing them. There they are at the restaurant called Lorraine's, which is a popular restaurant here, and I guess Lorraine's mom baked some amazing coconut and cinnamon raisin bread, and so the water taxis sadly whipped through here. One was very kind and slowed down, the other one just went full out. So Dennis did a great job of avoiding them. But apart from that, this seems to be a really quiet spot. A couple of restaurants, a little yacht club on shore, And we're going to go check out this afternoon and see if we can find a few items of food. That's the government dock right there, where you see just a little bit of a sand spit in the back. That beach opens up or gets exposed at low tide, and you can walk across to the Exuma side. So there'll be some fun exploring. Hopefully we'll find a bit of provisioning here, and we'll see how busy it gets in the next week, because it's in about a week that they're having that festival. Right now it's pretty quiet, which is nice. Dennis is putting the bridle on.
Good morning, folks. First thing in the morning this morning, take a look at this. Is this spectacular or what? Double rainbow. Full size too. All across. I guess this is a good day. Get a bit of a rock and roll this morning. But you have to put up with something to be able to get this kind of stuff. Take a look at that. Heck of a sunrise, folks. Barely a dozen boats before we got here, and then all of a sudden it multiplied and multiplied and multiplied.
Like bunnies.
Like bunnies. And this water, folks, well, it's like a kid pool in the middle of summer. You know what that means? Yeah, exactly. Like you're swimming in, you know what, it's really warm. I always wanted warm water, but now this is like so that you can't refresh yourself. We went to town and we didn't score much more than...
Oh, we scored. We got half and half, organic.
We got organic half and half cream for our coffee tomorrow morning. And we got cream cheese.
Philadelphia cream cheese.
That's basically all that's left. So...
Because the supply boat has not been here for 2 weeks. So they're anxiously awaiting the supply boat.
Yeah.
Sometime by the end of the day tomorrow.
Maybe.
And then all these boats that came in
are going to be looking for groceries
are going to be looking for the same milk and eggs.
that everybody's going to look for. So I hope they ordered a lot of milk and eggs. And probably frozen meat and stuff would be nice.
Yeah, you hope. And you hope people are kind,
Yes.
don't hoard.
Like the toilet paper during COVID.
So this little baby pool is an opportunity for Walter to be comfortable, learning to swim. Feels very safe because his feet can easily touch the ground. Oh, there he goes off the ground and the water is very warm. Yay, Wally! Wow, what a big boy! Look at you!
You're still touching bottom.
Barely though.
Terrible.
We look like an Olympic swimmer. Say hi.
Okay. I got the trees. Come on. You can do it. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Oh, good job. Good job. Come on. You're there. Come on. Nope. Almost. Wally. Come here. You're gonna come with me though.
Yay, Wally. Oh, we can see where the feet lose contact.
It's just that little part.
What a brave puppy.
Good morning, crew. Captain here. So this is supply ship number 3. That's incredible. They went without supply for 2 weeks. I think that was pushing it. Because we saw one ship come in, but came in with cars and some supplies. And then the next day, another cargo ship came in. And now this guy. And he's not going slow. Right through the anchorage.
We got some food today. We've shown you, or we will show you, the big shipping boat from Nassau, the mail truck with all the supplies. And then a woman, I think her mom, it's a woman named Lorraine that owns a cafe restaurant here that's very popular. And it's her mother that bakes cinnamon raisin coconut bread. And it is, oh my God, it's delicious.
Just look at that.
That is so good. Sorry for talking with my mouth full.
What was that?
Oh my God.
I think we're going to finish that bread right now.
That is so good. And we might be stuck here because of weather, which means we can
bummer.
get more of this. I
What was
took
that? She had a
picture-
batch the size of this room?
I didn't take a picture of the batch, but I took a picture of her counter with all her breads.
Wow.
So you guys will see that too if you haven't already.
Nice. Watch this. See? Long. Hair short. Long. Shorter. Long. Not quite short. Not military short, but short.
And here is the Black Point Beach at actually mid-tide going out. And we are going to walk across here to some of the beaches on the other side. Let's go check it out. Like I was saying, if you notice in here, a fair bit of plastic.
Plastic will last forever, and it ends up on our shores.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Ever present in your face.
And it makes you want to not use plastic, but you tell me where you not see plastic. Even the grocery stores ban the plastic bags, but then everything else in the store,
is packaged in
it's all packaged in plastic.
Dennis.
Yo! Okay, I think I got wet enough today. Woo. Oh man, that was a big one. All right, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but way back there on the beach, in the middle of the beach basically, is where our dinghy is.
And that's the Bahamian cruiser sloop boat. It's not cruiser, Bahamian sloop
Right,
rigs.
the sloop rigs. And then we're high and dry, so we're going to have fun hauling that puppy back to sea. Good morning, crew. Captain speaking. We're leaving Black Point and heading towards Farmers Key so that we can get out of this rock and rolling. Boy, this stuff has been moving us all night. Not too much sleep. I get sleep because I don't care if it moves or not, but Mr. Personality here doesn't sleep much. He pants a lot and drools. And it's very humid, and it rained this morning. It's been a rough morning. Other than the fact that we have such good groceries, we got good coffee with milk. We actually ended up with half and half cream at one point. So that was like a little decadent for the coffee. But we went back to milk. But we have amazing fruits, amazing vegetables in here. We got cucumbers. Michelle made this beautiful salad yesterday with oranges, grapefruits, cucumbers, hearts of palms. It was all kinds of stuff in there, and some nuts. It was beautiful. And then I proceeded to burn my arms on the barbecue because the flames were shooting out because the chicken, naturally the chicken here comes with skin. We always buy chicken without skin but when it has the skin, it's a little fattier. So when you barbecue it, there's flames. I mean, it's just, the last time I did that was in El Salvador, and it was so bad that from the hotel ashore, these guys came alongside with a boat and the fire extinguishers, thinking we were on fire. Black smoke and the whole thing. Anyway, so that's what I'm calling it, the blackened chicken. That's what we had last night. It was delicious. Naturally, with the skin and the bones, it holds more moisture, which makes the chicken quite tender and beautiful. So you lose on one side and you gain on the other. And you're kind of asking, what are you losing by having the skin? It's a little fattier, and we kind of don't tend to like fattier food. So, I mean, yeah, you deal with it, right? And once it's burnt to a crisp, there's no more fat, that's for sure. So yeah, we're going to depart here in a few minutes. I still have to take the bridle up, and I smashed Michelle's fingers in the doorway this morning. I keep telling people, don't put your hands in the doorway or in the hatchway because they're going to get smashed. So yeah, she had her hand there hanging on because it was rocking so much, and I slammed the door shut. They're not broken. She's fine. Just a little bruise. Probably going to lose a nail or so. That's about it. Alright, so we'll talk to you later when we get to Farmers Cay. A lot of maneuvering, navigating between little shallow spots. And as you can see, the weather over there, it's looking like we're going to get rained on the whole time.
Good morning. So we are exiting Black Point Anchorage. Bye-bye. Black Point has been very good to us in terms of delicious fresh food the day after the supply ship arrived, and a great laundry. I think you'll see, or if you haven't already, some pictures of the beautiful view from the laundry. Prettiest laundry view I've ever seen. Very affordable. And we just decided to call it maybe next week. So in Mexico it was mañana, and Bahama Island time is maybe next week. So we tried a few times to fill one of our propane tanks, and we'll do that someplace else. And we had, when we came in, we were debating about staying for the festival and the Junkaroo parade, parts of which I think we would have really enjoyed, but it's a little bit too much of a party scene for us, and then to top it off, very rolly with the way the swell has turned. So we are off to what we hope will be one of our more quiet, pristine spots in Farmers Cay, which is about 12 miles south of here, or Farmers Key. One of our viewers helped us out greatly and let us know that I was pronouncing it wrong. And it's Key, which makes sense that the islands, the bigger masses, are called islands here, like Cat Island and Long Island, and everything else that are little droplets are keys, like the Florida Keys, just spelled C-A-Y-S. So thank you very much to educating me. Some rain tomorrow, and then we're going to get remnants of a cold front with some northeasterly winds. Not too bad, 20 to 25 knots. Allow us to do some editing for you this week, some video creation. I've got some paperwork still to take care of, and then things settle for next week for some exploration. So Farmers Key has a tiny little village, and supposedly there's a guy selling lobster and fishermen at the dock selling their fish. So I really am hoping for that. And there are definitely, actually Dennis was just pointing out Junior's joining us, and I'm going to put him downstairs. I don't like the cats out without harnesses. In just a moment, even though Dennis doesn't want me to, I could just read the mind. Thanks, folks, for joining us during our stay at Black Point Settlement. I'm sorry we didn't get to show you the parade. Time to go. Thanks for coming and joining us. Stay tuned next week. We get to visit another community a little bit south of here, Farmers Key. Said it right. Farmers Key. Be sure to click like and subscribe. Come join us next week. Thanks everyone for your support, friends, family, subscribers, and viewers. Have a good one.